today's winter solstice flow. Before we begin, I just wanted to say, first of all, happy winter solstice. This is a time of real reflection, of letting go. It's a real, almost closing finale of the year that has passed. It creates permission for you to call all of your energy back inwards and to really reflect on the year that has passed and take the time to let go of any pain, any high moments, any low moments. And I think that is something I just want to say before we begin. Whether you are tuning into this on Soul Shala and you're part of my regular community, or you're here on YouTube and it's your first time finding this, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and flowing with me, closing the year with me. I know for many of us this may have been a year full of challenge, there may have been moments of struggle. For some of us this may have been a year full of joy and excitement and new beginnings. We all have a different experience here throughout these years, but I am forever grateful that you are choosing to really celebrate the winter solstice and this time of Yule and close down the year with me here together. With that being said, when you're ready, come and meet me on your mat and we are going to move through this really beautiful winter solstice flow. This is a slow flow. We're talking about lots of hip openers, lots of opportunities to let go of any energy we no longer need after this year, but also taking a lot of moments to call the energy back inwards. The winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. It's when we have the longest night, which I know for many of us you may have felt like you've had a bit of a long night throughout the year. Some of you maybe not, but this is a real moment of closure for this year. After this point we will celebrate the light coming back in and the days getting longer and the approach towards spring, even though we're still in the depths of winter. So when you feel ready, as I said, we're going to start on our mats. Come and meet me here. Make sure you're nice and warm and cozy. If it's dark where you are, maybe you want to light a candle, and we will begin. We're going to get started in a comfortable seat here, whatever that looks like for you. You may want to prop yourself in a block or a cushion. You may want to start lying down if that feels better. Whatever you feel you need on this really special day. And then once you feel ready, we're going to close down the eyes. And I want you to take the deepest breath you've taken all day, filling up the lungs, feel them expand. Then open up the mouth and sigh it out nice and big. Another deep breath. This time make it the biggest breath you've taken all week. Fill the body. Sighing it out. Last one. This is the deepest breath you've taken all year. Fill the entire body up with the energy, the lessons. Let it go. Letting the shoulders settle. Allowing the hands to place onto the heart center. Taking a moment here to tune into your own energy, allowing yourself to arrive onto your mat fully, calling back any pieces or parts of yourself that may be feeling preoccupied elsewhere. We have arrived, we are present. Taking a moment just to reflect on your many seasons throughout this past year. Maybe they've been ones full of light and achievement and joy. Maybe there's been some darker seasons, heavier moments, many deaths and rebirths. Simply observing and reflecting, allowing yourself to arrive here in a state of full gratitude. We made it, we're here. The light will start after this day. And allowing yourself to take a moment to set an intention for the practice. I encourage you to allow this intention to be around whatever it is that you're releasing under this winter solstice. What are you ready to let go of? What is ready to be laid to rest? Affirming this inwards, and then sighing it out, let it go. Well done. Allowing the eyes to flutter open, interlacing the fingers, pushing the arms forwards, rounding through the back. Inhale, flip the palms, reach up, gazing towards the sky. Exhale, round, really curling downwards. Inhale, flip the palms, reach up. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale, round. This time as you inhale, staying at the top, gaze up, bending over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center, hands come onto the knees, and just beginning to create circles with the hips. The hips are a space where we really store an awful lot of our emotions. A lot of repressed trauma can also be held there, so this is a really good space to work into, just to release anything from the year we're ready to let go of. Swapping direction if you haven't already. Well done. Last breath. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, left hand comes down, right arm comes over. Gentle restorative side bend. If you can make it onto the elbow, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, the hand is great. Relaxing that top arm. Beautiful. Tuning into the breath. This is one of our biggest agents for letting go, for starting again, for new beginnings. Inhale. Exhale, allow that arm to roll over to the opposite side. Left arm reaches up. If you can come to the elbow, feel free. Otherwise, staying on the hand. So often as we come into these winter months, we can feel this almost anticipation for spring. We resist the darkness. We feel really ill at ease. The darkness, the shorter days. But if this practice teaches you one thing, let it be that there's growth in the darkness. We're letting go so that we can come within for deep transformation. As you inhale, coming back to center. Making your way to all fours. The shoulders are over the wrists, the hips are over the knees. Drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. You can begin to take little wiggles here. You've got about 5 breaths of intuitive movement. So maybe it's the usual cat-cows. Maybe you just want to wiggle. Quite often in winter, the body feels just a little bit stiff, maybe a little bit creaky. So take this moment to really just invite some movement and warmth into all spaces of the body. Well done. Rounding through the back. And then from here, we're taking it back to a nice wide child's pose. A little bit wider than normal, maybe the knees come off of the mat. And then patting the hands forwards, coming onto the forehead. Letting the heart space melt down. And again, focusing on the breath. Often, winter is referred to as the feminine season of Mother Earth. Whereas in spring and summer, there's a lot of action and doing. There's a fiery energy of creation. In autumn and winter, this is when the feminine comes forwards. With rest, with darkness, inner work, recuperation. You cannot have one without the other. Begin to reach the arms over to the left, deepening this side bend. Breathing into the right side of the body, allowing the hips to melt back. Beautiful. And swapping sides, both hands reach over towards the right side. Forehead comes down, breathing into the left side of the body. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center. Reaching those fingers forwards a little bit more. And then from here, pushing into the hands, coming back to all fours. Staying in all fours here, lifting the right toes up. And start to bring the right knee towards the right wrist. And I want you to step the foot to the outside of the hand, so you're in a lizard pose here. Remember, this practice is gentle. We're doing soft hip openers, gentle restorative movement. So you can begin to rock from side to side, just working into the hip space. Really well done. And as you move through every moment of this practice, I really just want you to almost thank yourself for making it here. You're here celebrating this year through all its highs and lows. We made it. Now we get to reflect, rejoice, be with loved ones, maybe. But more than anything, return home to ourselves. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Coming back to center, listening carefully for this next movement. I want you to begin to heel toe your foot back, keeping it on the outside of the mat, to the back. And we're going to lower down into a half frog pose. So my right knee is in a right angle, my left leg is extended. My arms are in a cobra at the moment. Now I want you to imagine you could slide the right knee away and almost imagine the hip crease coming down towards the mat. Deep hip opener. Now you're welcome to stay here, but this might be a little bit deep. So you may want to begin to walk your hands forward slightly, or even come onto your elbows if that feels better. Once you arrive in your space here, just closing down the eyes. Breathing into that right hip. Well done. And keeping the legs where they are, we're all going to melt down onto the forehead. The arms can become a pillow, laying to rest on the belly. Take a deep breath. Sigh it out, let it go. Well done. Then from here, just begin to slide the right knee back so it comes in line with the left leg. Extend the leg out long. Tent the fingers on the outside of the mat. Forehead comes down, elbows face up. Inhale, rippling up to a cobra, gaze up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower slowly. Last one. Rippling up, nice and slowly. As you exhale, lowering down. Planting the palms. Shifting it back to all fours once again. Beautiful, well done. Inhale, left leg extends. The knee comes towards the left elbow. Step the foot to the outside of the mat. Lizard pose. And begin to rock. Beautiful. Well done, guys. One of the big practices during Yule is to bring in evergreens into our homes, and I really love this concept of being evergreen. So often there's so much we can learn from nature, like the way in which these trees are able to move with the seasons, to maintain this luscious fullness even when maybe it's not the easiest environment, but they do so by knowing when to go and knowing when to rest. 2 more breaths here as you sway, really breathing into the hip space. Well done. Come back to center, and we're heel toeing that foot back. Taking your time. Sliding down onto the knee, coming into this half frog pose. As you arrive, slide that knee away so that the hip crease can almost come down to the mat. Lift the heart space up. Well done. Enjoying this cobra with the upper body, trying to keep the shoulders away from the ears, so adjusting as needed. Beautiful. And then slowly, keeping the legs where they are, just coming down onto the elbows, creating a pillow for the forehead. Making this half frog pose really restorative. Full permission to let go and just be here. The work is done. It's time to rest. Then from here, sliding that knee back so that the legs are together. Tent those fingers, 2 of these rippling cobra poses. So you inhale, ripple up. Exhale, lower. go slow. Last one. Coming down, planting the palms. Shift it back to a child's pose. We're just here for a moment. Maybe you rock the forehead from side to side. Breathing deep into the body. Well done. And another. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to this all fours position. This time lifting the right leg. And we're going to thread it through into a pigeon pose. So sliding the right toe, over to the left wrist. And then sliding the left toes back. Pigeon, well done. As you arrive, I want you to just start upright. Give yourself these rocks. Lots of opportunities here for any emotions that are being held in the hips, just to release. So if you notice at any moments within this practice that you feel emotional, that there's something coming to the surface, just observe it. It's the practice doing what we set the intention for it to do. And when you feel ready, sleeping pigeon, coming onto the elbows or the forehead. Closing down the eyes and finding the breath. Well done. Tuning into the version of yourself that sits with you here right now. How might they be different from the one that entered this year? Can you celebrate that in these simple, small moments? From here, coming back onto the elbows, start to slide the left knee back in, so you're almost in that all fours again. Shift the hips back and slide the right knee back. Little cat-cow here just to reset. And then when you feel ready, left leg lifts, knee comes towards the left wrist, toes towards the right wrist. Pigeon pose, slide the right toes back. Coming up onto the fingers and just rocking here. Well done. And then when you feel ready, sleeping pigeon. I know for almost all of us, there will have been moments in this past year that have felt hard, that have felt challenging, that have asked us to maybe grow beyond what we ever thought we needed to be, maybe to let go of any things that no longer resonate with the new version we're becoming. I just first of all want to say I am so proud of you here, but more importantly, you should be proud. We've done a lot to get to this point, to rise up onto the hands. This time we're sitting onto the left hip and swinging the right leg around. Now I'm going to turn to face you, but you can continue facing the front of your mat. Your left leg is in front, and we're going to cross the right leg over. So I want you to bring the right ankle on top of the knee, and then I want you to bring the right knee as close to the left ankle as possible. This is our log pose. Feels very fitting for a winter solstice. Maybe you've got logs on the fire nearby. That would be a dream. Let me know if you do have logs on a fire nearby. But for many of us, our knee may not come down, so you may want to place a cushion or a block. If this is just too uncomfortable, please come into a cross-legged position. You'll still feel the hips opening. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, I just want you to reach forwards. Breathing up to the hip space, tent those fingers. And then if you want to take little sways, you can. Beautiful. Deep clearing breath. Exhale, side out. Well done. Rising up, swapping sides. So this time the right leg is underneath in a right angle. Then the left ankle is coming on top of the right knee. The left knee is coming as close to the right ankle as possible. You may need a cushion, a block, a book. Then from here, lifting tall through the spine and reaching those fingers forwards. You may feel this more deeply in one hip compared to the other. Maybe you sway. Well done. Then from here, rolling up the spine, unraveling those legs, placing the feet out in front of you. We're going to just rock the knees from side to side. This is a really good hip release. It's a very good somatic release through the hips as well. So just basically a really great way for releasing any last emotions that we're carrying that are no longer serving us. Well done. From here, both knees to come together. I want you to curl yourself up into a ball however you can. Maybe the knees need to be wide. Allowing yourself to curl into a little safe ball. Giving yourself a cuddle. Taking a moment just to really connect with your physical body, your mind, your soul, and say thank you. Thank you for being with me in every moment of this past year. Little squeeze. Give yourself some love. And then from here, rolling onto the back of the body. Keep those knees in when you arrive. Beautiful. Both knees are dropping over to the left side. The arms are coming out in a T shape, and the gaze is coming over towards the right. If you want this to feel deeper, try and keep both knees stacked on top of each other. Taking a deep clearing breath, fill the body. Exhale, let it go, side out, the shoulders melt down. from here, swapping sides. As little a movement as possible. Closing down the eyes, settling back in. You are exactly where you need to be right now. Everything that has led you to this point is all in divine timing. When you feel ready, bringing the knees in. Last little hug and squeeze. Thank you, body, mind, soul. And then releasing into your final resting pose, your Savasana. Please feel free to reach for blankets, socks, jumpers, whatever you need. And we will settle here, laying to rest after a long year. As you arrive here, taking a deep breath in, fill the body. As you exhale, sighing it out, you are safe to let go here. Imagining you could give any of the harder lessons, the worries, the stress of the year back to the earth. Thank you for the lessons. And with that gratitude, I give it back, ready to move forwards. Allowing yourself to melt down into this earth as well. Feeling safe and held. Opening your energy for any guidance that might want to come to you. Any guides, any angels. Maybe they're celebrating you and how far you have truly come to be here today. Let any warmth they bring wash over you. May this winter solstice remind you that every season of life is sacred. The dark and cold moments create space for the new beginnings, new life. You are exactly where you need to be. And Mother Earth is with you, holding you, supporting you on every step and season you move through. Allowing your next breath to be a little bit deeper, filling the body, imagining you can invite the light in that will start tomorrow. And let it go. When you feel ready, you can begin to be rebirthed into this day. You can wiggle the fingers. You can stretch out long. You can hug the knees in, rolling onto the side of the body, and eventually arriving into a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed. Once you arrive, reaching the arms up, palms cupped to touch. Thumbs to forehead center for kindness in your thoughts. Thumbs to the lips for kindness in your words. and thumbs to heart center for kindness in your heart. Bowing forwards. Namaste. Before you go, I have pulled a card for you under this winter solstice. The deck I've chosen for you today is a really earthy Mother Nature deck. The card that came through for you is called See the Beauty. It's about finding gratitude, which is what we've already been doing. But it wants to remind you that the sacred is everywhere. And I feel like this card is really coming for us today because winter is sacred. We may not love it, we may not thrive in it, but we're not meant to. This is not a season for thriving and striving. This is a season for resting, for recuperating, for recharging and recollecting ourselves, for building back the foundations. And that's sacred and really, really special as well. The more you can surrender to that, the more at ease and at peace you're going to feel. With that being said, that is everything for me today under this winter solstice. If you are watching this on YouTube and you enjoyed this practice, I really encourage you to come have a little explore of the Soul Shala, which is my online virtual soul studio. Lots of classes like this, lots of really deeply feminine healing practices as well. Coming into January, we have got a new challenge starting, and it is called the Soft Winter Reset. It's called the Soft Winter Rebirth, and it's all around starting the year really in cohesion with Mother Nature and with the season of winter. So we're talking lots of cozy, gentle, resetting practices along with workshops, intention setting, lots of really mindful, beautiful practices that will be coming into that. So if you are interested, I will link it down below. We do have a 7-day free trial. For those of you watching on Soul Shala, thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this and you have a beautiful new year and festive season ahead. I can't wait to start with you again in January with our Soft Winter Rebirth Challenge. This is going to be a month challenge where we're doing lots of practices and workshops and intention setting to really help you start the year feeling in harmony with Mother Nature. That's enough from me. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you really soon. Bye guys.